everybody. Welcome to episode 25 of the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I am your host, Bobbi, and I am coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada. Today is April the 2nd, 2018. This is a podcast about knitting and crochet and lots of fibery fun. So if that's something that you're interested in or you like, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. So, yes. I hope you guys had a really awesome weekend. This was the Easter long weekend, so if you do celebrate, I hope that you guys had a great one. And if you did not, well, I hope you had a great weekend. We did. It was rather gloomy, actually, but the sun made a little bit of an appearance and then went away. But regardless, it was nice. Yesterday, Easter Sunday, we went out and had breakfast together, like a family breakfast. We have a big stop that's about 10 kilometers down the road from us. And if you're not local in New Brunswick here, you might not know what it is, but the big stop is just like a truck stop throughout New Brunswick, and they have a really decent restaurant with lots of home-cooked foods, and it's really good. So if you ever travel down this area, be sure to stop in. They got really good food. But yeah, not every Sunday, but some Sundays we will just go there and have breakfast together and have a fun time out. So rather than cooking anything for Easter dinner, we just decided we're going to go there and have breakfast and spend some time together. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It was nice. We had planned to do some shopping after, but realized that because it was Easter Sunday, nothing was open, or not a lot of places were open, so we went for a little Sunday drive and picked up a coffee because of course Tim Hortons was open. Come back home, and because it was like rainy and kind of gloomy, I just sat with my coffee and crocheted and watched a podcast or two, and yeah, it was nice. So yeah, like I said, if you guys celebrated Easter, I hope you had a good one. And if you did not, I hope you had a good weekend. So, yeah, I didn't do a podcast last week. My anxiety really flared up on me. There's no need to worry. I am fine. I just have my moments where I have anxiety attacks, and the past week or two, it really flared up on me, and I wasn't able to do much at all. When it does that, I shut down, so I didn't get much knitting done at all. I did get some crocheting done, however. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have saw that I had posted some hats that I had done, like crocheted hats. So I will show you what I have done since then. I've crocheted some more, so I will show you that in finished objects when I get to it. So yeah. It should really be the crochet episode because there isn't much knitting at all. My crochet mojo has really kicked in, which I'm surprised with because once I learned how to knit, I just wanted to knit. That's what I love to do, but I don't know. Lately, the crochet mojo has come back, which is not bad at all. I love them both, so I am not going to complain. So, before I get on to showing you what I have done and what I am working on, I should talk about administration stuff first and get it out of the way. So, on my last episode, I had mentioned about the pattern giveaway that I was going to host on Ravelry, Instagram. That was for a free pattern off of Ravelry of your choice. So I had that open for a week, and I drew it last Monday. And the winner was Melon B. So congratulations, Melon. She wanted to win the Mama Vertebrae pattern, which is a knit cardigan. So that was gifted to her. So congratulations. I hope you enjoy knitting it. So I did that one. But we still have one more giveaway, which is our YouTube subscriber giveaway, which I will be drawing the winner for today. So I'm going to have my lovely assistant Kaylee. She has drawn up the people who've commented on episode 22, and she is now going to random generate our winner.
Okay, let's pick a random name. And okay, I'm sorry if I don't say this right. Okay, the winner is Bobbi Gravatt.
Bobbi Gravatt. That is our winner for our subscriber giveaway. Congratulations. I will make sure to link the winner down below in the description box. So congratulations, Bobbi. I'm so happy. I will quickly go over what you have won. So you have won a set of stitch markers from Cottage Crafts. And here is the other set. You've won both. So there you go. And you have also won 2 beautiful skeins of Miss Babs yarn. We've got Across the Universe, and this one, unfortunately, the tag got ripped off and I cannot find it. But they are both the same. They are Miss Babs, and it's a lace weight. Yes, it is. They are both 65% merino wool and 35% Tessa silk. I remember that much. So, congratulations. This is what you have won, and I will be throwing in a couple little extras as well when I ship it out to you. So what you need to do is you need to send me a message. You can do so here on YouTube, and you can give me your mailing address. And if you don't want to do it through that, you could send me an email at sweetcomfortdesigns@gmail.com. That will also be in the description box below. So make sure you comment to me and give me your address, and I will get this shipped out to you as soon as I can. So congratulations. Now, I had said that I was going to have 3 winners. I was going to have a main place winner, and I would have 2 extra winners for patterns. But because there were so few people that commented, I think I'm going to hold off on 3 winners. I'm just going to draw for the grand prize now, and then I'm going to do like the random pattern giveaways in a couple episodes to come. So just keep watching, and I think I would rather do that just so maybe more viewers have a chance to watch and participate. So I hope I'm not disappointing anybody by that. There wasn't that many people that entered, so I think I'm just going to span this out a little bit more. I will probably do them here on YouTube rather than Instagram, or maybe even in my Ravelry group for the Inspired Knitting Podcast on Ravelry. I will think about it, and we will announce that soon. So keep watching, and you could have a couple chances to win some patterns too. So congratulations, Bobbi. Again, make sure you message me and I will get these out to you. So there is that. So for administration, that is pretty much it, I think. Like I said, keep watching the episodes and to come, and I will probably announce some more pattern giveaways, and I will give you the details on how you can enter for them. So yeah, yay. So I guess now that we've got administration out of the way, I will move on to finished objects. So yeah, like I said, I was in a crocheting kind of mood, and I had gotten some hats done. So I will insert a picture of them probably here. So these hats, like I had said, they were for Habitat for Humanity. So I just wanted to contribute back. The lady that runs the shop in Amherst, she is a really lovely lady, and we had bought some books, and I think I got like, I don't know, maybe 6 books in total, and we went to make her a donation, and she said it was way too much, and she took a little bit less, which we thought was so sweet. So I said, because she did that, I wanted to contribute back to the community and donate something, because people will make stuff and take it in as a donation, and what they sell, the profits go to the Habitat Project. So I thought that I would crochet up some hats because they are super quick to do. So I'm just pretty much using anything from my stash. I'm using acrylics. I don't want to use wools because usually they don't really like wools, just in case somebody is allergic to it. So pretty much just stash stuff. I cannot announce to you what the yarns were. I know that there's some Red Heart stuff in there. There's some Burnett and Lion Brand. It's just random stuff that doesn't even have ball bands anymore because I've just caked it up into, you know, like these little balls of scrap yarn. So yes, here is some more that I have done. I think this yarn here, the green, was actually Lion Brand. I can't remember. Ice cream, right. Thank you. It was Lion Brand ice cream. And then this is the Loops and Threads K. It's Kai. I still don't know how to pronounce that. It's just these marled purples or lilacs. They're so pretty. And I'm not sure if I said it or not, but the flower, I will link to it below in the description. It is the large crochet flower by Daisy Cottage Designs. So if you would like to do this flower, it is a free crochet pattern. So it's super easy and super cute. So there's that hat. And then I did another one. This is out of that Loops and Threads yarn as well, the purples. And then Kaylee had bought some yarn, and I just used what was left of it to do the one. I just did one portion of that flower because it is a layering flower. So I just did one repeat of it. So there's that one. Then I did this one. This is more of a child size one. And for this one, this is Burnett Softy Baby. And I don't know the colorways, but they had a bunch of new color. I don't know if these are new colorways, but Walmart had a bunch of like springtime colors out. So I ended up throwing a bunch in my basket. So this is one of them. This pretty green was another one. This purple and that beautiful goldy yellow. So I just did a layering flower with those colors. And then I also did this one. And this is just some mill ends that I got from Michael's, the brown. And this is some leftover Knit Picks Brava Sport. And the flower here is actually Knit Picks Hawthorne Sprinkles in the Blueberry Waffle colorway, or Blueberry Sprinkles colorway. It's a fingering weight. I just held it double, and then I used some of that Burnett Softy Baby and the goldy yellow to do the middle. So yeah. The bottoms of the hats, I just did a single crochet on this one. This one I did front post and back post crochet, half double crochet to give that ribbed effect. And then on the other two hats here, Kaylee had actually come up with this. she did front loop and back loop single crochets in hers. I did them in half doubles, but it just gives this pretty effect of ribbing, and you don't really have to do the front post thing like I did on this one. So yeah, I think it's really pretty, and I just decided to do that on 2 of them. So that's what I have done so far, I think, in the past couple days. We are just, between Kaylee and I, we have been putting out these things like crazy. So the lady was so surprised and almost, she was almost in tears when we brought her in. Just 5 hats. So if we decide, we're kind of thinking on waiting a month before we go back in, but we might give her a heart attack at this point if we keep going. But
3rd.
Yeah, Kaylee's on her 3rd already, so they're fun, and like I said, they're quick projects. I'm just going to adjust you guys because I kind of hit you. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, and yeah, they're fun, fast projects, and it's for a good cause. So the pattern, I did not follow any in Pacific. I'm just doing a half double crochet. I start off with a chain 3. You can do a magic loop, but I start off with a chain 3 and do 10 half double crochets in the center. And then I do the following decreases of 2 half doubles in each stitch around, and then do the decrease of 1 half double, an increase, and then the next set would be 2 half doubles, an increase, and I do that for 4 sets, and then I do just plain half doubles for the length required. So I'm not following any pattern in Pacific, but if you would like to follow them, a pattern, do check out Ravelry, because there is lots of free patterns on how to do just a basic half double crochet beanie for all sizes. So yeah, just head over there and you can find one. And again, the flower, the layering flower that I've done on all of the hats is the large crochet flower by Daisy Cottage Designs, and that is free too. So yeah, that is part of it. The next part, I actually have a knitted project to share with you. I finished my Adaline shawl. Now, I say finished, the knitting part is done, but it needs to be washed and blocked still. So yeah, here it is in all its glory. And it's going to be a little hard to see because the bottom edge is going to be rolling up on us here, but this is the finished shawl, and I am so excited. I can officially say this is my first knitted shawl. It's a shawlette, but still, it's a shawl, and I'm happy with it, and I'm proud of it. So yes, I'm in love with it. This is the Adaline shawl by the Sweaterbabe, and I will link all patterns below, of course. The yarn that I chose to do for this is Lynchen and Lace yarn, and it is in the Water Lily colorway, and it's a single ply yarn. So it is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I love it. And you can kind of see the lace here. I'll just do this so you can kind of get an idea what the lace looks like. So this is the border of the shawl. It's a triangular shawl, so you just start off with your garter tab, and then you do the garter increases, and then you do, I think there's 5 sets of repeats for the lace, or 4.
Oops.
So for this, Kaylee's got a oopsie.
After doing the first 12,
Yeah.
I didn't do the 2 double crochets in each. I started with the 1 2. But it's a flat circle, so.
Kaylee has an oopsie.
But it's a flat circle, so it'll still work.
We have our moments. It's all good.
It's flat. Not that crescent moon shape I got the other day.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would have liked to go at least one more repeat with this. Unfortunately, I played Yarn Chicken. Again, I seem to be doing that a lot lately. I swear I look at my yardage, but apparently not. But yeah, that should have had at least one more repeat of lace on it. I would have liked that, but I ran out of yarn. I got through, it's an 8-row repeat, and I believe I got through to the 5th row, and I had to cast off because I would have been short on yarn, and I just barely made it. And I will show you my flaw, and I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. But
We solved it.
this last little bit here, a bind off, is actually in a different yarn. Kaylee went into my stash because she's my assistant, so if I need something, I'm like, Kaylee, it's just easier for her to go through it. She organized all the yarn and yarn bins. I'm not sure if you can see it, but we reorganized the shelf here. So yeah, she just picked out something that was relatively close, and I just bound it off like that. So it's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I do wish that I could have had that extra row of lace in there, but it's fine. It's going to block out. I'm going to get Kaylee to block this out aggressively so it should grow more.
You mean like I did my granny squares?
Yeah, like she did her granny squares. So we now have 3 boxes of pins each, blocking pins. So I think we'll be okay. We need more mats though.
I wasn't. I was crocheting faster than they were done.
Yes, just a sidebar, funny story. Kaylee was doing a crochet baby blanket, and if you do not watch her podcast, I will link it below so you can follow her. She is the Crochet and Knit podcast on YouTube here.
I think I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah. I don't even know the whole name of my podcast.
But she was doing a really cute baby blanket, and she was doing granny squares, and she was using the blocking technique so it would like straighten them out. So my boyfriend and I were actually having a day out, like a little date, and I get a text from Kaylee, and she's like, I ran out of pins, and I was like, huh? There's like 150 pins, and we come home and she's got the blocking mats all spread out on her bed with all these pins in it, and oh my gosh, it was so funny. We had quite the giggle about that. So our current joke is her bedroom is under renovation, but once it is all done, her bedroom is going to be like a minefield to walk into because all you're going to see is these blocking mats and all these little pins. So yeah, just a funny sidebar story I had to share with you guys, but yeah.
Now there's 300 pins.
Now there's 300 pins. So anyways, gonna get her to block this out for me and get some pretty pictures of it, and I might show it again. I probably will because I'd love to wear it. So anyways, finally got that finished and done. Super excited about that and happy with it. It's so nice and soft. So yes, I'm in love, and it's technically my first shawl too, so yay. That is the Adaline shawl by the Sweaterbabe. So that is that. So for finished objects, that's pretty much it. I am now going to go on into works in progress. So I think I'm going to start this off with what I was working on this morning. So the crochet craze is still continuing. So I finished off that brown hat this morning. I finished off the body of it, and I did the flower. And then because I was using the Knit Picks blueberry speckle, I'm pretty sure it's blueberry waffle. I'm not sure, but I know it's the Knit Picks speckled hawthorn. But regardless, I use that for the flower, and I have this little cake left here, so I thought, why not just use up the scraps of this to make a hat? So I have cast it on, well, it's crocheted, but I just did 4 sets of increases, and I'm using a 4mm hook, which is this. I have the Susan Bate ones. I really love these. So I'm just using a 4mm crochet hook, which is a USG 6. So I'm just doing that. This is held single strand, not doubled. And now I'm just working the body of the hat. For this, I need to get to 3.5 inches roughly. It's going to be like a preemie size hat, I believe. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with that, and we'll have another hat. It'll probably get a cute little flower too, and this is also for donation. And I have my little family tree.
You got a ball of yarn to make more hats.
Yes. So yeah, that's fun. For all the other hats that I did, I forgot to mention it, I'm just using my USH crochet hook, which is a 5mm. It just gives it a really good gauge. Most of those yarns are sport weight to worsted, so that's my crochet hook of choice to use for that weight. So that's what I'm doing. So there's that one. And the next one is actually a pair of socks. They're not the socks that I should be working on, but they're a pair of socks. We had gone out and a friend had picked up some yarn. He wanted a pair of socks, so he picked out the yarn, and I am going to knit him a pair. So this yarn here, now this isn't all of it, but here's the yarn. I'll just start off with that. This is the Lion brand Scarfie in the, where is my show notes? This is in the Royal Black Royal colorway. Sorry about that, guys. So it's like a single ply yarn, and it's not exactly the best yarn for socks, I believe, because I believe a single ply yarn will wear faster. However, this is what he wanted, so I'm just going to make him a pair regardless. But anyway, it's just these beautiful royal blues and blacks. It's not quite as bright blue as that showing. The light's kind of blowing us out here, but it's so pretty, and it is relatively soft. I'm a yarn snob, as you guys know, but this stuff is really soft to the touch, and it doesn't feel scratchy, not really. Feels really nice, so I'm surprised by that. So I might actually get more of this stuff if I come across it. But so I took this and the ball of it. It came in a fairly big skein. I put it on my scale, and I think it was like 150 grams. So I just balled it up into 2 separate cakes, so I could do the socks and try to get a proper amount. So I started the sock off with toe up. I don't really like toe up, but I got it casted on and I started to do it. And I'm not really used to doing worsted socks either. I'm used to doing like fingering weight ones. So I kind of went off of 2 different patterns. I can't remember the one that I went off of. I just can't remember the name of it. It was a free pattern on Ravelry though for toe-up socks, worsted weight. And the other one is the Rye Socks by Tincanknits. It's for a male large. So I think the number that you're supposed to cast on is like 44 or 48 stitches. Now, when I started the toe-up ones, I did 48 stitches, and I found that was turning out a little big. I had him try it on, and it seemed kind of big, so I decided to rip that back out. And when I ripped it out, I was in the car, and I'm not familiar with Judy's Magic Cast-On when you're doing toe-up socks. So I decided, okay, I attempted it, but I knew it wasn't right. So I thought, all right, I'm just going to do my regular top-down socks. So I casted on 44 stitches, and I just did a 2x2 rib, and I'm just plain knitting the body of the sock. So it's nothing fancy at all. It's just going to be a pair of worsted socks. I got my little tea bag. This is from Cottage Crafts. Just got that on there. And for my needles, I am using a US, okay, I can't read the US, it's marked off, but it's a 3.25 millimeter for my needles. So, yeah. You can find more information in my show notes, but yeah. So we'll see how these go. These are just kind of a take-along project because it is just mindless knitting, but yeah, that's them. So there's that. The next thing that I have been working on, I guess going back, still on the sock top, I was doing the Cyril socks and the Rita socks by Danielle George of the Little Bobbins podcast. So I think I shared with you guys the last time in my podcast. I had the Cyril socks on the go, but I casted on like 56 stitches, and the yarn I was using, it didn't have a high nylon content, so it wasn't really stretchy, and I was not liking the fabric of it. So I decided to rip that out, and then the Rita socks got released. Danny released the Rita socks, so I bought that pattern, and I decided that I was actually going to swap out the yarns. So the yarn that I chose for my Cyril socks was the pearlescent colorway, which is Knit Picks Stroll Tonal. I did check, and that colorway is still available. It's just these neutral colors like beige, and it's even got a little hint of gray in there. It's very soft. I decided that I'm going to use that to cast on the Rita socks. I actually casted them on a couple days ago. I am only a couple rows into the cuff on it, so I am not sharing them with you today because there's not that much on them. But I will show you the Cyril socks because I did cast those on as well. I recasted them on. So this is some more Knit Picks. This is the Hawthorne hand painted in the Newport colorway, which is this beautiful brown color. And I hope my son's not really blowing us out now. My son, it's my son, guys.
Did I miss something?
Apparently. I can't talk today, so. But I hope the sun's not blowing it out, but it's these really pretty chocolate brown.
On the ball on the screen, I might adjust it to the ball.
Okay.
Just click the ball on the screen. It might auto adjust the light.
No.
No?
Mine doesn't do that.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Yeah. So there's that. So I decided to cast that one on, and I'm doing these on my 2.25 millimeter needles. And I'm doing, I think it's the 60 stitch count, because she's got a couple sizes. I believe I casted on 60 stitches for this one. So I am not far at all. I just got the ribbing done, but that's okay. It started. They both are started. So now I just have to kick myself into high gear and get going on them. I'm failing miserably with this box of socks. The Cyril socks, they were actually my March socks, and Rita was to be my April socks. So I am still a month behind, but I'm not going to fret about it. I'm just going to enjoy the process of it, but yeah, hopefully I can get my sock mojo back on the go, because my whole knitting mojo has kind of disappeared, but hopefully I can get that done. And this is in my beautiful bag that I got several years ago from Erin of Gimme Yarn. She makes these beautiful project bags. You can find her on Etsy. I believe her shop name is Poor Girl Project Bags. I believe it still is. So you should go check that out. And you should also check out her YouTube channel, because she has a podcast as well. So you should go check her out. So anyway, that sock is housed in that lovely bag. So I have one more thing to share with you guys. I did have a new cast on. I think I did this Friday. I was watching Molly of the Homespun House, and she had done a couple of Kobuk, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Kobuk hats by Caitlin Hunter, and it's this beautiful hat that has like these peaks, and then the body of the hat is like in regular stockinette, but it's got like these random baubles, and I just thought that was so beautiful and so pretty, so I decided that I wanted to cast one on. So I did. I haven't gotten very far on it either, but I got the band casted on, or the brim. So yeah, and I got my little kitty cat here, or no, that's the mermaid, sorry. But yeah, this one here, it is being knit on my 4mm, and the yarn that I'm using, it calls for a DK weight, I believe. I'm using some brunette yarn that I picked up. I don't have the band with me right now, so I can't remember. I might have it listed on my Ravelry page, project page, but it's this pretty heathered colorway. What's it called? I don't think it's the Burnett Satin, I can't remember, but it's just like this beautiful heathered purple color, and it's so soft. It's not rough at all, so it's somewhat splitty to work with. I'm finding, because you do some cabling in this, and I'm finding that it's splitting a little bit. You're doing some twisted rib as well, so every time I go to put my needles through, it's wanting to like split the stitches, which is slightly annoying, which is why I don't really like using some acrylic yarns, but regardless, it's a nice yarn and it's soft. So yeah, you can see some of the moss stitch or seed stitch that's happening here. These are in some of the peaks, and you can't really tell too much from what I have done so far, but it's a very beautiful hat. So yeah, I think I cast it on the child size, so hopefully I can get this done soon, and I'll just show you the yarn a little bit better. It's like this very pretty purple. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but it's got like flecks of red in it, and it's just so pretty. It's very nice. And then, while I'm at this, it's being housed in my beautiful new yarn bowl. Miss Kaylee got her first order from Knit Picks last week. She was so excited about that, and yes, I enabled her, but I'm guilty of that. But she got herself one of these beautiful yarn bowls, and she picked me one up too, so I am so happy and I am super excited. I've wanted one of these for a while, just never got around to getting one, and now I have this beautiful bowl here. So that's currently housing my yarn for my Kobuk hat. So Yes, I am in love. So there is that. That again is the Kobuk hat by Caitlin Hunter, which is a pay-for pattern on Ravelry. So I believe that's all I have to share with you guys this week. It wasn't really knit heavy, and I'm sorry about that. But my crochet mojo just kind of had flared up, so I don't know if that's going to continue, but hopefully my knitting mojo kind of comes back because I have some stuff that I want to finish. I think I mentioned in my last episode that I got the yarn in for my sister shawl. I was missing, I thought I had 2 balls of the navy, and apparently I did not, so I had to put my shawl on hold for a little while till I could get the yarn. So I do have the yarn now. I just need to pick it back up and finish it. I am fairly close to finishing it, so yeah, maybe I can get the inspiration to do that this week. But yeah, I don't have any stash acquisitions to share with you guys, but I will show you one other thing. Since I got my Adaline shawl off the needles, I decided that I wanted to cast on another shawl. There have been several new releases lately. Jorge has come out with 2 shawl patterns lately. She came out with the Suburban Wrap, and she also came out with the washed out shawl as well. And I have several shawls already in my queue, and I have some yarn set aside for shawls, and I was contemplating what to do. So I finally figured out what I was going to do. So I got the Adaline casted off, and I thought I'm going to treat myself and cast something else on. So this one is just housed in a project bag that I made. Nothing fancy, just a basic zippered bag. And I had messed up the way that I was sewing it, so you can see my raw edges, which I really don't care. It's for myself. It's in rough shape at this point, but it does the purpose, and I'm happy with it. So the pattern that I chose to go with is the Suburban Wrap by Jorge Locatelli. It is just so beautiful, and I really like the wrapped, like the wraps rather than the triangular. I love them all, but I prefer that, so I decided to go with that. I'm just pulling out my yarn here so I can show you what I got. So the Suburban Wrap is a 3-color fingering weight shawl. So my first color that I have started with is Knit Pick Stroll Fingering, and this is in the Basalt Heather. Oh boy, I hope you guys can read that. So it's just like this beautiful taupey brown. It almost looks gray, but it's like a taupe. Very pretty. This is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And these are only 50-gram balls, but there's 231 yards to a ball, so I do have 2 of these. So that is my first color. My second color that I've chosen is a speckle, which is
Ladybug.
a ladybug just fell on Kaylee.
I didn't lose my needle though. So.
It's a speckle, and this is Barnyard Knits. This is in her 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I don't know what the base is because it's not written here on her tag, but this is in the Rosebud colorway. And it's these beautiful speckles of green and pink. Just so pretty and gorgeous. I was stalking her shop for a long while for this color, and finally it became available and I had to grab it. So excited about that. And then my third color I'm going to use is, again, I don't know what the base is because it's not listed, but this is a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and it's in the grasshopper colorway. So there's her tag, Barnyard Knits. And this one is in the grasshopper colorway. And here it is here. So these are going to be the 3 colors that I'm going to use for my Suburban Wrap. So I'm super excited about that. I think it's going to be really pretty. I can't wait. Now, I almost casted this on yesterday, but it calls for a 4mm needle, so I have to wait till I'm done my Kobuk hat because that's where the needles are right now, and I can't remember what my other 4mm needles are on. So
they're on my brunette pop scarf.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, they're on my scarf.
Okay, so my needles are temporarily unavailable, which is fine. So I will just wait till I'm done my hat, and then I will cast that one on. So that's an exciting new cast on to come. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I will sign off now because I've been gabbing long enough. So again, to the giveaway winner, make sure you send me a message either here on YouTube or through email. You can find my email below, and let me know your shipping address so I can get you your package out. And yeah, you can also check the description box below for show notes, as well as our Ravelry page, the Inspired Knitting Podcast. You can join our group there, and I list all the show notes and all the links to the patterns and such there. If you wish to reach out to me, you can at sweetcomfortdesigns@gmail.com. And if you wish to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is now changed from my name to Inspired Knitting Podcast. I no longer have my website anymore. I've kind of just done away with that one. I would just rather use YouTube here and Ravelry as the main things, besides Instagram for pictures, of course. But anyway, all that stuff you can find in the description box below. So hopefully there will be a podcast next week. I really hope so. Like I have said before, I want this to be a weekly podcast, but if there's not a lot to show, then I will just put it off and do it bi-weekly. So yeah, I hope that you guys have an awesome week ahead of you, and hopefully I learn to talk by next time too. So you guys have a great week ahead, and happy knitting. Bye.